Hey Leute, hallo, willkommen zu Genso Suikogaiden Vol.1. Ich hatte ja vor kurzem Suikoden 2 Let's Play, ein Suikoden 2 Let's Play gemacht und das auch beendet. Alles hochgeladen soweit. Und jetzt gibt's passend dazu noch ein Spin-off. Sagen wir mal ein Spin-off zu Suikoden. Oh, aber da wollte ich drücken. Und zwar heißt das Genso Suikogaiden Vol.1 des Wordsman of Harmonia. Das ist so ein bisschen Spin-off zu Suikoden 2. Also zeigt so versteckte Szenen irgendwie. Und ja, gucken wir mal. Read Suikoden 2, da natürlich. Bitte auf Slot 2. Genau. Rio, Orange. Die Suikoden 1 da. Jo. Bitte einmal laden. Danke. So. Episode 1, The Visitor. Ich versuche mal so die Episoden jeweils in einer Stunde zu machen. Also, es wird viel zu gucken geben. Also wenn, dann mache ich eine ganze Episode so, also eine Stunde lang. It's been 2 days since I crossed Highland's border. I'm headed for Muse, the capital of the city-state of Joston, but it's still far away. Hey, you are slouching again. My name is Nash. Nash Letke. As a special ops agent of Holy Harmonians Southern Frontier Defense Force, I've been sent on an important mission to infiltrate this land. This is so loud. Hey, I told you not to sway so much. The Defense Force has received information that one of the 27 true runes has appeared in the city-states of Joston. I'm here to find out if this legendary true rune really does exist, and if it does, try to obtain it for Harmonia. Nothing out of the ordinary. I get orders like this all the time. Might be nice if things actually worked out for once. Oh, my headache is getting even worse. Now I will never be able to fall asleep. Sometimes I wonder if this is karma. Chasing rumors like this is like trying to catch a cloud. Anyone will tell you it's a waste of time. At least I have some kind of lead this time. You really are useless, are you not? You will never reach Muse at this rate. Shut up! Stop complaining up there. Why must I be your baggage boy? If anyone is useless, it's you, not me. Hey, Sierra. There you go, modding off like that again. I thought you wanted clues about the true runes, huh? I might have said something like that, but... And besides, you were the one who offered to carry my luggage in the first place. But that was I only and very grudgingly agreed to travel with you because you said you would do anything, even carry my luggage, if I told you my story. You are not going to tell me that you lied, are you? I was thinking more along the lines of a handbag or something. It's pointless. It's pointless for me to try and reason with a 1,000-year-old vampire. She may look like a sweet young lady on the outside, but inside she's nothing but a sly and arrogant old woman who doesn't have even an ounce of shame. She's supposedly the rightful bearer of one of the 27 true runes, the Moon Rune, which would mean that she's the founder of all vampires, whose beings would dwell in darkness. Well, she's the only clue I've got. But I never agreed to carry you as well. I'm starving and I have no slept in ages. It would be cruel to make me walk through a wasteland like this. If you feel that strongly about it, why didn't you just hire a carriage? I could not hire a carriage in the last town, as they were out. There was simply no helping it. More importantly,
no fighting now, you hear? No, you can't. It's mine. I just wanna look. Come on, let me see it. Dear me, I'm glad you two are so energetic, but you mustn't fight.
Hey, Sierra. What was it you said about the carriage? Shut up! I'll be fine.
Let me see it. Let me see it. No way. It's mine. Ah!
Budge. As Sierra watched, the toy of the kobold children were fighting over slipped out of one of their hands and flew through the air, landing right at my feet. What's this? A doll? It was a wooden doll. It was extremely well made for a toy. Are kobolds good enough with their hands to make something like this? Return that to them right away! Right away! Quickly! Huh? What you getting so worked up about? Here you go. Don't drop it next time, okay?
Thank you so much.
Go on now. Thank him for picking it up for you.
Thank you.
You're brothers, so try to get along and not fight too much, alright?
Okay.
Well then, please excuse us. Finally. I thought they would never leave. That's not very nice. You got something against kobolds or what? It is none of your business. It would have been a good time to ask for a ride, thought. Damn it! I should have asked if they had any room for us. In any case, I'm still extremely thirsty. Well, you just have to hold on until we reach Muse, won't you? I'm pretty sure this rumor about the true rune is exactly that. Just a rumor. The 27 true runes are the source of energy for this world. It's said that their barriers gain immortally and incredible strength. I wouldn't believe it for a second if I wasn't traveling with one of them. I'm pleased to see that your physical condition isn't so bad that you can't walk, O honored founder.
My condition? You cannot begin to fathom what kind of condition I am in.
You think? I'm glad I don't. It usually only takes about 2 days to get to Muse, but who knows how long I take at this pace. I hope we won't be too late, Sierra's being surprisingly quiet. Whoa! What? What are you trying to do to me?
What? It is just a little blood.
We agreed that you wouldn't suck my blood.
It's complaining the only thing you can do.
Kurz speichern.
Why do you not try and be of some use to me? I should be focusing on getting the moon rune back. I allowed you to accompany me because you said you wanted to find out more about the true runes. But what do? You just complain and complain endlessly. You're good for nothing. I get it. Just don't bite me. I won't complain anymore.
I sincerely hope you do not. But I suppose you believe in the superstition that you would become a vampire too if I sucked your blood.
I would only turn someone I actually like into a vampire.
So I'm not your type, huh? Or type. That's too bad.
Too bad?
What is too bad in that mouth of yours? If you were not so impudent, you might actually be bearable. Yeah. I complain too much and I talk too much. Ich rede zu viel und meckere zu viel.
Once again, Sierra turned me into her pack animal. All this just for the sake of a clue
that might lead me to a true rune.
Sierra's complaining showed no signs of letting up. In that regard, at least, she's quite energic.
The sun's gonna set soon. Looks like we're camping out again tonight. We'd better start making preparations. Hey, Sierra, get up already.
Sierra?
Sierra!
She's fast asleep.
When she's quiet, she's kind of cute.
What? Are we there yet?
Yeah, right. It looks like we're going to be camping out again tonight, so don't you think we better start getting ready?
Camping, huh?
There should be a mansion near here. We will stay the night there.
A mansion? Near here? Are you sure?
A decent meal in a soft bed would really hit the spot. I cannot promise they will offer lodging to a baggage boy like you, but you can try asking.
Yeah.
Die Antwort. Wow. Musik. Perched atop a high hill, the mansion loomed over the road. A tall tower with a dome-shaped roof rose out of the middle of the building, giving it an oddly unbalanced look. Maybe this is the estate of some rich lord or others who owns a bunch of land around here. We stopped at the entrance to the mansion. I expected to have to beg a grumpy gatekeeper to let us stay the night, but instead we were promptly greeted by a well-groomed butler. I apologize for having kept you waiting. Do you have business here? Well, how should I put this? Well, state our business. What are you waiting for? Well, that's... We were hoping we could stay the night here. Pardon? Well, this woman, Sarah, says she's going to spend the night. Could you put us up for the night? You're traveling with Lady Sarah? Please, wait just a moment. I'll see if we can accommodate you. Huh? Huh? You sound like he knew you or something. Do you know someone here? Quite. You could say that we are old friends. Old friends, huh? Did you just embrace the word old? Nicht the world, the word. Stop! No, not at all. You must have been imagining things. Ah. Hey, just I apologize for the wait. My master welcomes you. Please to come in. I'm saved. I really owe you one, buddy. Pardon? Pardon? Nothing. I was just talking to myself. Come on, Sarah, let's go in. A hot bath would really do the trick right about now. I covered in dirt from all this traveling. I can't wait to wash it all away. Come on, Sarah. Hurry it up. Get a move on. Really, what an impulsive man you are. Laute Tür. We were shown into the lavishly decorated mansion. I will guide you to your room. Please, this way. Now, this is what I call a room. This furniture must be worth a pretty penny. And what do you know of furniture? Thought this room is not bad, I suppose. Please use this room as you wish. The bath is being prepared in another room. Good work. I trust that a meal will be offered after the bath. Don't you think that's asking a bit much? It wouldn't kill you to show a little self-restraint, would it? Please, pardon me. Arrangements will be made immediately. You say that, but you are not any better yourself. Ah. Phew. I finally washed off all that dirt. I feel like a new man. If I had to carry that luggage of yours one more day, I would shrivel it up and died. After we eat, I'm ready to just sink into that soft, fluffy bed and get some sleep. That might be hoping for too much. Call it a young maiden's intuition. If you say so. As sarcastic as ever. But I will let you off this time. Sarcastic? Sarkastisch? Excuse me. I have brought you some beverages. Beverages. The meal will be ready shortly. Wow, you guys sure are polite here. Thanks. Your hard work is appreciated. By the way, how do you open the windows in this room? You cannot open the windows? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. It seems I was in such a rush to prepare your room that I forgot to unlock the windows. It's fine, don't worry about it. Miss, Oh, I'm called Ayana. If there's anything I can do for you, please just let me know. Ah, we are the ones that at fault. Showing up out of the blue like we did. I don't mind leaving the window closed, it's fine. No, it's entirely my fault. Please forgive my negligence. I go get the key right away. Otherwise you won't be able to let in any fresh air. I'll be counting on you then. Yes, sir. Just leave it to me. Well, you sure got rid of her quickly. That was not very nice. I apologize for making you wait. The meal has been prepared. Please come to the dining room. Wow! This guy must be loaded! Do not stare like that. You obviously were not brought up very well. I may not look like it, but I actually had a very good upbringing. Alright then, no sense in waiting, let's eat. Hey, was ist schwarz? Please, show some restraint. Wolfing down your food like that, you are no better than a dog. Huh? You should dig in too, Sierra. Aren't you going to eat? It's good. Do not talk with your mouth full. Don't worry over the little things and always enjoy your food. That's the way it's done in the Letkier household. Oh, what is it? Schwarz. Would you like more soup? Ah, yes, please. You sure seem to be enjoying your food. It was worth making it just for that. You made this? I just helped. Oh my, you've got some food on your face. Where? Honestly, you are such a slop. Wieso macht das Lehrer weg? Knock it off! I'm not a kid. Das ist cool. Hätte ich gedacht. You two certainly get along well. Well, please wait while I prepare another serving. Das hatte ich nicht gehabt, das Bild mit Sierra. Nee, ich hatte das andere mit Ayana. You seem to be enjoying yourselves. Would you care for some wine? By all means. Certainly. By the way, butler, is there something wrong with your master? It has been so long since I saw him last. I was hoping to get a chance to see him again. I'm terribly sorry. At the moment my master is busy attending to an urgent matter that requires his attention. He asked me to give you his regards, Lady Sierra. Is that so? I came all this way to visit him and this is the reception I get? How cold! Nonetheless, this is a very nice mansion. It is well maintained. I'm honored by your praise. The tower in the middle of the mansion. What do you use it for? It is quite large. It is a place of worship. Our master is a very devout man. Huh? The view from up there must be amazing. Could I go up and have a look tomorrow? I'm very sorry, but you may not enter the tower without the master's permission. Does your master go into the tower often? Yes. It is a place where he can be alone to meditate and reflect. Phew, I'm stuffed. My compliments to the chef. His cooking would be a huge hit even in Crystal Valley. I'm pleased it was satisfactory. Yes, that was quite a feast. Please convey my gratitude to the chef, and your master as well. It would be my pleasure. I will give you a message to my master tomorrow if circumstances permit. So am I to assume that I will not be speaking to him tonight? Have a little restraint for once, Sarah. You upset your stomach. You are one to talk. Who are you to lecture me on restraint? Shouldn't we inform the master of the founder's presence? It doesn't matter. It will all be over by tomorrow. You'd better not mess up. Understood. Well, I think I will go to sleep soon. You be sure to get a good night's rest too. So you say, but in the end I'm still sleeping on the couch, aren't I? I do not mind sharing the bed. You're just saying that so you can sink your teeth into my neck while I sleep, aren't you? I'm fine with the couch. Ich bin zufrieden mit dem Sofa. Besser als gebissen zu werden. I put out the lights, and Sarah and I fell asleep in our respective beds. In the dead of night, I awake with a start. Something doesn't feel right. In the military, you develop certain senses. Die Musik von Suikoden 2. So, Remake gemacht. I'm trained to wake up at the slightest hint of bloodlust, no matter how deeply asleep I am. Sarah! Sarah! Be silent, I'm awake. Do you feel that? Somebody's coming. I take it you did not order room service? What kind of room service emanates bloodlust like that? There are 2, 3, maybe 4 people. They're trying to conceal their footsteps, but they haven't received much training. Huh? You got altered from the sound of their footsteps? Not bad for a human. I'm honored by your compliment. By the way, Sarah, your old friend, by any chance, is he... Of course. Did I forget to mention that we are of the same race? The only business I have is with him. I will leave the lowly ones to the lowly you. So this was your plan all along. Indeed. As you are a seeker of the true runes, you should know. Know what? True rune bearers are no ordinary foes. I see. I have to remember that. Die Musik. I put my ear to the floor and focused on the sound of the footsteps. By judging the intervals between strides and the way the floor creaked, I could estimate their weight and height. Moment. So, I could estimate their weight and height. Even though they tried not to, they made some noise. They proved themselves amateurs after all. We don't have any time to set elaborate traps. We have to work with what we have on hand. I have to show off my brains and skill here. Calmly, I looked around the room. In the bathroom, there is still some water left in the bathtub. Next to it was a full-length mirror. Well then, I... wait and see what the enemy does first. I guess it's best to just wait and see what we're up against. I'll take my position by the side of the bed. Oh nein, das klingt wie Highland-Musik. The door flew open with a bang and they poured into the room. Why had they even bothered to try to conceal their footsteps? Was sind das denn? Für Zombies. Hilfe. First, I'll size up the intruders. They don't appear to be carrying weapons, but it's still a rather large group to take on all at once. Stealing myself for the worst, I checked my equipment on hand and spring at the intruders. What is that? Suddenly, a chair flew by, just grazing my head before crashing into the intruders. Aua, der hat einen Stuhl vom Kopf gekriegt. Hey, you almost hit me! Sarah! You get so worked up over the smallest things. That's not the problem. By the way, this is not time for idle chatter. Huh? What? Hilfe! Was machen die für Geräusche? Hört auf! They're zombies! The undead! Wretched creatures. Wow. This is some friend you've got. How are we going to kill the undead? Music. When dealing with evil or the black arts, the answer is simple. Burn them until they are naught but ashes. So? Why are you taking it so leisurely? Use a talisman. Somehow the window had been sealed with a magical barrier. It's not my style to do things as slapdash as this, but I don't have any other choice. I whipped a dancing flames talisman out of my pocket. I've been saving this. Burn them to ashes, dancing flames! Wow. Yeah! Well done, nice and crisp. Yeah, so stingy. You should have just used it from the beginning. I said that I was saving it. I only have one of these left. I see. So, let's go greet the master of the mansion. He's been such a gracious host. We have to return the favor. We headed to the 3rd floor, leaving the guest room on the 2nd floor behind. The entrance to the tower where Sarah's old friend is waiting is probably on this floor. Looks like there's a path here. Die Musik. To find our dear gears in the blaze like deers in the middle of the night. I'm afraid this is terribly awkward. We've been invited to a party. Your master didn't want us to leave without saying hello. Enough of this farce, butler. You are little more than a puppet. I have no need for you. My master is unlikely to grant you an audience. Particularly as he is not aware that you are visiting us at all, Lady Sarah. Oh, perhaps you are more than a mere butler. But your decision to not report my presence to your master will only work to my benefit. I cannot allow my master to come into contact with the founder. Take your leave of this place. Oh God, Hilfe! The butler's fingernails grew into sharp claws. Fingernails. There isn't a single opening in his stance. He seemed different from the stiff zombies from before. I will leave him to you, Nash. Yeah, leave him to... What? Give me a hand here, Sarah. No. I have used too much of my power already. Cease your blubbering. Ow. The butler's claws cut through the air. I jump backwards, narrowly avoiding his attack, and quickly pull out a talisman from my pocket. Yes, I guess it can be helped. Take this! I burn you to a crisp, dancing flames! Damn it, you! A faint light radiated from the talisman I held, but die Musik ist von der Kampf gegen die Bestienrune. Bam 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 bam. Hurry up! He does not seem to be burning. A while ago you did say that you had been saving the talisman? The talisman I taken out fluttered uselessly to the floor. Cling! Dum 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 dum. You dare threaten me? Unforgivable! His claws slashed at me with superhuman speed and power. I somehow managed to avoid them, but if he keeps this up, I'll be driving into a corner. In that case... Attack with my darts! I guess there's no avoiding it. I'll take you on, come on! Pointing my right hand at the butler, I ready my left hand in preparation for the attack. Bam bam! Have at you! Ow. Just before the butler carves through my body, I pull the trigger of the dart launcher hidden in the glove on my right hand, firing an iron dart at the butler. You're a clever one. How's that? The rest are made of silver. That should be a little effective, right? What could you possibly defeat with that? The butler had fallen down, but he slowly stood back up. The wounds he'd taken from the darts had already begun to heal. What? Ah! Seems it's time for round 2. I've had it with you. Oh man, this is bad. Sarah, help me out here. No, I need to conserve my energy. Say what you like, it's all pointless if we die here. Ah. You will manage somehow. Somehow? That's so irresponsible. It was then that I noticed the butler's attacks had stopped. This begins to bore me. That's so? Well, you're certainly not lacking in confidence, are you? Well then, how about this? Oh God! Was geht's ab? The butler opened his mouth and out came a piercing wail, sending a shockwave at me. Damn it! There's no way he felt her and missed me. Ow. As he struck a blow, I quickly drew a knife from the holster on my left hand and somehow managed to block the force of his claws, but not his murderous intent. I had hoped you'd catch them. And now, the finishing blow. His strength is inhuman. His claws inch closer and closer towards the tip of my nose. Hey! You're forgetting something. The founder, you mean? Regrettably, she seems to have disappeared. Seems you have been abandoned, poor thing. How pitiful. Now resign yourself. It's almost time. Huh? What? Gentle light radiated from the magic circle drawn on the floor, shining on my back and enveloping the room. As the rays of light touched the butler, he cried out in agony. You're strong, but not strong enough. The butler's body began to crumble and soon vanished. Once the light had faded, Sarah emerged from the shadows in the corridor. Well, well. He was shivering when he first saw you take out the talisman, but he ignored it when he thought it did not work. What a fool. Yeah. I picked up the exorcism talisman from the floor. It had a dramatic effect on the undead, but its flaw was the amount of time it took to activate. I actually wanted to save it for this master guy. You might as well have thrown it away. A talisman of that level would have little effect upon him. Even if you did bring it with you, he would just laugh at you. Well, let us go. A reunion with an old friend, huh? At the end of a corridor on the 3rd floor, I opened the door that seemed to be the entrance to the tower. Looking at what lies in front of us, I can't help but sigh. Before us is another door made of steel. It looms over me. I cautiously approach the door and give it a push. It doesn't budge an inch. There doesn't appear to be a handle or keyhole of any kind, so I can only conclude that it's some sort of portcullis. I look around for something to lift it with, but can't find anything. Maybe I can only be opened from the other side. What should we do? There are probably still zombies coming after us. We've gotten this far. We aren't leaving until we meet the master of this mansion. I've got a favor to ask, Sierra. What is it? I'm going to blow up the store. But it take me a while to prepare, so... I sense the approach of a group of the undead coming our way. I assume it is about that. Can you do something about it? You ask such troublesome things. I can conjure up a barrier around the store to ward off evil, but it will only last a short while. Will that be sufficient? I manage. Sierra, I'm counting on you. Admirable words coming from you? How ominous. Says the one who usually responds to requests with "I don't want to." That is because you are never serious. I cannot abide insincere requests. But this time is different. I took out some wire, paper and gunpowder from my cloak. Over the course of 2 years, I was trained in the secrets of gunpowder and gunmaking by the Howling Voice Guild, an organization that holds a unique position in Harmonia. Hier haben wir in Suikoden 2 gehört. Da ist auch Sasserei. It was an art I had practiced until I thought I'd vomit blood. I never got to become a gunner and be chosen by a gun, but I did learn the art of gunpowder. I could use what I had learned to blow up this big door. I don't carry around large quantities of gunpowder. I just have to work with what I have. Phew! The barrier's complete. Hey, don't lean on me. You throw me off. Sorry, but I need you to lend me your bag. I have used too much of my power tonight. You can rest if you want. I'll wake you up when I'm done. We still have work to do, right? As measuring out the exact amount of gunpowder necessary, I wrap it in paper. It will only work if I set them up at the right locations around the door and make them all go off at once, beyond Sierra's barrier, the undead groan. I try to focus on my task, but it's not going very well. Hey, Sierra. What? You never mentioned how you met this guy. Your chatter never ceases, does it? That's cold. Well, could you at least tell me his name? His name? It's Reen. Reen Pinnenberg. He has a last name, huh? He holds a high status then. He was a knight from a respectable family. Sounds romantic. Oops, I spilled a little. That could have been dangerous. Do not mock me. When was it we first met? I had been living alone for several years. My memories have begun to fade. Were you alone because you are the founder? Do not pity me. I have always found solace in solitude. Hey, should you not keep working? Ah, yeah. Well, I might as well tell you an old story. Just ignore me if you have no interest. Whether or not you listen is your own choice. This hole, it's so small. It's not easy to get this through. I was cursed with one of the 27 true runes, the moon rune. Das sagt jetzt Sierra. When my body changed into something not human, it was impossible for me to live with normal people. I did not become the master of the moon rune. Rather, it was the moon rune that became my master. Day after day, the rune's evil hunger wrecked my body until even reason seemed madness. I did the only thing I could. I escaped into a forest, seeking land where no humans dwelt. Die Musik ist jetzt, wo uns Victor über Genkaku erzählt hat. Deep in the forest I built a cabin. It was small, with only one window and not a single piece of proper furniture, but it was enough. I could live there alone peacefully. So I lived there alone for many, many years. For decades I lived by myself, with no one to talk to, counting the years by the forest changing colors. And so I lived the days indistinguishable from years until he appeared. If it was by the will of the gods, then I cursed them. But at that moment, I was overcome with happiness. Guided by the trees of the forest, I timidly stepped outside my cabin. The man sat resting his back against the tree. His long silver hair flowed down past his waist. He was beautiful, like a knight from the fairy tales I had heard back when I was still human. He had been attacked by an animal or a monster. I had left a deep wound across his chest. I approached him and he spoke, his airy breath filled with pain. Who? I was scared. It had been hundreds of years since I had spoken with anyone. Where am I? Please. Near here. There is a carriage, my lady. A carriage, but I do not sense the presence of any humans aside from you. Please, my lady. A carriage. I understand. I had gone to such lengths to avoid humans, but I cannot deny the fact that my heart was nearly bursting with joy. I thought I had forgotten how to speak. I searched the forest. I wanted to grant the knight's request. I wanted to fulfill the wish of a human. I soon discovered the carriage and the remains of a woman. I returned to the night. My lady, you... I see. Are you okay? It seems my life is at its end. What a waste. I couldn't even protect my lady. And now I can't even get my revenge. Dying here is maddening. It's maddening. What was my life for? What did I learn the art of the sword for? What was the point of the oath I swore? Damn this place. I'm cursed. My whole life is cursed. I do not fear death. If this is my fate, I accept it. Even so, this is a disgrace. Upon my honor, it's maddening. As he spoke, the knight started crying, genuine tears of sadness. At that moment I felt sorrow, whether it was because I was about to see a human I had spoken with disappear, or because I hated him for obtaining the gift of death that I wished for. Even now, I still do not know. Before I realized what I was doing, I found myself nested close to the night. Life and death, both are prisons of darkness. But I say there is still good reason to keep you here on this earth. What are you? This abominable curse that my body is under. It is a hollow life, but that was the first time I drank the blood of a human. Although I knew that I should not spread the curse, I acted out of compassion. But what I felt then, it was not true compassion. I took the man's blood and gave him mine. Our blood mixed and became one, and so was born one who shared the same fate as I. The man said his name was Reen. As he regained consciousness and while his wounds began to heal, I told him of my tale. The day after he learned what had happened to him, he disappeared. I waited for him. I kept waiting, even while thinking that he might never return. But as far as I was concerned, I had plenty of time to spare. Before long, Reen returned. He did not talk about what he had been doing, whether he had pursued his responsibilities or his revenge. I did not know, and I did not want to know. After that, we spent many long years together. Together we found hidden strength in ourselves. What I could not understand on my own, I discovered with Reen, and I was happy. And so we spent 1,000 days of rain, 1,000 days of wind. Time flowed by slowly for a long time. Over the course of the eternity, Reen and I met more and more people who came to the forest seeking deliverance. At those times, I gave life to those who rejected death. Little by little, our circle grew bigger. Before we knew it, our gathering was a village. We named it the Village of the Blue Moon. By that time, I had finally become someone who could truly be called the master of the moon rune. Thanks to Reen's help. In the center of the village we built an altar and enshrined the rune there. This way the villagers were able to live under the rune's protection, away from the eyes of humans. Everyone thought that we could continue living contentedly that way. But living as we did, I had forgotten, or I had tried to forget, how the hearts of humans change, how they were made of the most fragile glass in the world. The incident happened without warning. One of the villagers stole the moon rune and ran away to the outside world. His name was Necklord. It had not been long since he had joined us, but he was a young, good-natured fellow, well liked by all, even me. I was still protected by the rune as the founder, but the same did not hold true for the other villagers, and after Necklord stole the rune, they began to experience perishing through death. You may find it hard to believe, but almost all of the villagers accepted death peacefully. Maybe they were tired of living, I do not know. I apologized as they endured the excruciating pain, but some even smiled as they left me behind. However, some refused such a death and ran away to the outside world. Reen was one of them. After losing the protection of the rune, there was only one way the villagers could survive: to accept the curse of vampires and feed on the blood of humans. By stealing the souls of humans, they could cling to their lives for all eternity. Crude, ugly, despisable. That is what Reen has chosen to become, and that is why I must kill him with my own hands. I gave him life. I shared a life with him. I will not let him sully those memories. Sorry for the wait, Sierra. I'm done. You fool! Because you took so long, I have said too much. Sorry about that. But actually, I was focusing so hard at the end that I wasn't really listening. How very like you. Douche. We broke through the iron door and climbed the spiral staircase beyond on the top of the tower. Before us lay a solemn chapel. Necklord! Bam 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 bam. Huh? Sarah! Reen! Was illuminated by the moonlight streaming through colorful stained glass windows sat the figure of an elegant young man quietly playing at pipe organ. Der spielt das. I wondered who was making such a racket at this time of night. But I must say, I never expected it to be you, Sierra. It has been a long time, Reen. I did not know where you had gone, but now I have finally found you. I see. Since then, I wonder how much time has passed. The days without you. Stop spouting nonsense. The transient life I gave you. I will have you return it here. Is that so? I see. How like you. How very like you, Sierra. You have preyed on humans for the sake of pleasure in prolonging your own life. You have devoured the blood of humans and toyed with their lives. What you have done is unforgivable. That is the true form of the moon rune. We are vampires, Sierra. This is the way it should be. You know how it feels. That sweet, pleasant taste when you drank my blood. Silence! Sierra, why? Why must we live in fear? Why must we, who are not human, have human hearts? What is the reason for that? Why must we, with our bodies brimming with power, hide like creatures of darkness when we are superior to humans? Sierra, don't tell me you still pretend you're human. Poor Sierra. I told you to stop spouting nonsense. Have you forgotten? That day you said, if this is my fate, I accept it, did you not? Thought you said that you still fight for life when you should have returned it to me. If you could not do that, then the only thing waiting for you was perishing. Now there's only one choice left. Sierra! Sierra. Oh, das Messer. I will chant the song of evanescence. Your present life is over. Such cold words in my last moments. Thank you, Reen. Those days we spent together, I was truly happy. Huh? It can't be! Reen, you planned this from the beginning. What? Sierra! His meek manner, his provocative outburst. It had all been for this moment. He knew that he couldn't overpower Sierra, the founder. So, to survive, he took Sierra's blood. His goal had been to steal her power. Her blood drained. It seemed Sierra couldn't move. Holding her, he slowly turned towards me with an evil grin. Oh God. Jawohl, Necklord-Musik. You're still here, human. Leave now and I overtook your mistake. You bastard! What are you planning to do with Sierra? Don't worry. She will live here with me. She was my master, but now I am hers, and she is my follower. Na 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 na. You! It's thanks to Sierra that you were able to live as long as you have. And I'm grateful for that. Thanks to her, I can enjoy life eternal and taste true pleasure. My back is burning. The cursed blades that were concealed, they were responding to my anger, urging me to draw them out. But I can't give in to them. If I draw those words, I lose sight of myself. I'll be blind with murderous rage. Oh, what's wrong, human? Aren't you going to come at me? Or are you frozen in fear? It's okay. I don't blame you. A mere human without the protection of a true rune cannot possibly hope to best me. I don't want to admit it, but he's right. I even had trouble with the common undead. What should I do? Check my equipment. I don't have any talismans left. I only have a little bit of gunpowder. 3 darts are loaded in the gauntlet. I also have some wire on my left hand and daggers concealed in both of my boots. What are you looking at, human? Was macht der? Hilfe! Was macht er denn? Before I knew what was happening, Green was next to me. He raised his hands and a shockwave hit my entire body, so hard that I was flung across the room and into a wall. Ow. Ah! Oh, krass. My whole body is aching. None of my bones seem to be broken, but how long will that last? I stand up and ready myself. You still wish to go on? I scowl at Green. He's still holding Sierra in his left arm. Is he trying to say he can beat me one-handed? Human. This has nothing to do with you, does it? I told you I would let you leave. It would be best for you to just walk away. Why oppose me? I want Sierra back. A knight in shining armor. Is that what you want to be? Shut it! She's my important clue. I'll make you give her back. Fine. Give it a try and see what happens. Will you be able to let me fight to my heart's content? Green's right hand shone with a radiance that distorted the surroundings. Was macht er denn? Hilfe. That air trembled as I leaped away from the shockwave, creating a gaping hole where I had been standing. Can you dodge the next one as Can you dodge the next one as well? Once again, he attacks me with a shockwave. I dodge it by a hair's breadth, thinking to counter-attack Green, but my right shoulder is grazed and I'm sent flying in the opposite direction. Ah, too close for comfort. What happened to that confidence of yours? Shockwaves struck me one after another. I avoid taking the blows straight on, but the way things are going, I'll be finished before long. Lately, I realized that he now has me cornered. There's nowhere to run. This is the end. You shouldn't use such cheesy one-liners. Even when you say it's the end, it never is. Oh. yeah! I raised my left hand above my head and with a flick of my wrist, shot an entered wire out of my sleeve to wrap around the railing on the terrace above. Tugging at the wire with all my strength, I used the recoil to pull myself up through the air and onto the terrace. How idle we are. Somehow I had managed to escape my predicament. I had probably bought myself a little time. Will it be enough to set up more tricks? While I thought about these things, I ran up the stairs that led outside the dome. He's slow. Does he think I escaped? Or did he lose his nerve? Who lost his nerve? Wow! Yeah, wieder die Battle-Musik, Beast-Runde. Raising my eyes, I found Reen, still holding Sierra in his arms, floating above the dome, bathed in moonlight. The power of magic. You're an interesting fellow for a human. What have you got up your sleeve this time? Well, I haven't figured that out just yet. A magician never reveals his secrets, Ah! Gliding smoothly, Reen closed the gap between us. If I get caught by that right hand of his, I am as good as dead. Nicht so gut wie tot. Good heavens, you're a quick one. Here's the next one. Whoa. I had hoped to catch him off guard by suddenly firing a dart at him, but he just cautiously brushed it off. Oh, einfach ran in der Luft. Is that the best you've got? But I, not waiting for him to speak, had run to the opposite side of the dome. This game of tag is over. The life you possess is limited, human. Embrace the little time you have left. What? Green swung his right hand down at me, only to suddenly pull it back in midair. The recoil knocked him off balance. Whoa! Whoa! What? Oh no! A strong but thin steel wire, spun using a special harmonium technique, bound Reen's right hand to the top of the dome, preventing it from moving freely. To make this trick work, I had intentionally sacrificed that dart. Dum dum dum! Ah nee, das ist die andere Musik! Oder? Nee, ist das die? Twisting my body, I reached out towards Reen's face and ignited the gunpowder. Das ist die Suikoden-Musik. Oh! Since his right hand was tied up, he had to loosen his grip on Sierra's to try and protect himself. I dashed forward and caught Sierra, but the shock of the explosion blew us back. This is die Suikoden-Musik. I'm counting on you! Sierra and I rolled down the dome. Just as we were about to roll off the dome and into the air, I thrust a dagger into the roof with my right hand. My hand shook under the impact and the combined weight of two people as I struggled to keep my grip on the hilt, praying to the gods it would hold. Phew, that was lucky. Trying to get a handle on the situation, I checked to see how Sierra is doing. Sierra's body is lifeless. Reen must have stolen nearly all of her power. Human, I will not forgive you. I will not forgive you for this. I managed to shield Sierra from Reen's terrifying attack, but there's no time to escape and Reen seized me instantly. Das ist die Musik von der Runde wieder. Human. Squeal, groan, whimper. The more unsightly your cries, the better. Foolish human, did you really think you were a match for a king of darkness? Suffer, suffer! Mourn your wretched life. You're the foolish one. I tire of your incessant chatter. I will shut your mouth once and for all. Oh Gott. Sierra, why? Your arm around me. It was as warm as before. I felt like I was in a familiar dream. So why did you let go? I see. You drank his blood. Because I could never beat you on my own. Gods, spirits of the dead, I beseech you, have mercy on this being and forgive him. Sierra, please, wait. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, the spirit to the place of rebirth. I just wanted to go back. I pray, let this being and under the light to live with you in that forest forever. That's why eternal life. Farewell, Reen. Sierra. Oh, krass. Boah, die Soundeffekte. Mann, sind aber so laut. Reen, With Reen destroyed, it seemed the undead in the mansion had shared the same fate. As the morning dawned, we left behind the mansion that had finally gotten its serenity back after many years. Sierra, let's go. Alright. Hey, that was different. Hey, I said. You are so obnoxious. Obnoxious. Do you not have even one word of kindness for a young woman lost in sentiment? Would it help you if I did? It was foolish of me to expect anything else from you. Hey! Why are you mad at me? Wait a minute. Hey! Am I supposed to carry this again? Wait up! And so I wound up carrying both Sierra and her luggage again. We walked for a full day and it was nearly dusk before we finally came across an inn on the main road. We stayed the night there. I was exhausted from fighting the night before. As soon as I got into the room, I collapsed on the bed without even eating dinner. When I woke up, it was the middle of the night. I raised myself up and saw Sarah sitting at a window, dimly lit by a lamp. Are you awake? Yeah. Dinner is over. The landlady was celebrating her complete recovery. It was quite an extravagant affair. I see. And that's too bad. Hey, Sierra. The 27 true runes. That power. It is a burden. It is your job to find out the answer to that question, is it not? Yeah, I guess so. But for me, it's just a job. For you, it's destiny. I'm grateful to the moon rune. These long years I have lived were not yet filled with pain. Even if you always be alone. Yes, time does not pass for me as it does for humans. Hey, Sierra. I'm saying if I've lived long enough as a human and no longer have any interest in that. I'm fine with walking down the same path as you. I told you before, did I not? You are not my type. But I will still accept those feelings. Wah! Wait a minute, hold on! I'll take it back, I wasn't thinking! Ugh! I can't move my body! You do not know when to give up. No, I have a valid reason to feed. Stop! You got to do that once, as a favor! Not another drop of blood! Hey! But... You are actually quite an interesting fellow. You have much to accomplish, do you not? The short time I spent with you, it was never boring. Oh mein Gott. Jetzt müsste es ein Lied kommen, was immer, wenn man aufsteht, immer kommt. Nee, das andere Lied. The next morning, when I woke up, Sarah wasn't in her bed and her luggage had disappeared. Typical of her not to say goodbye. Well, that's fine with me. At least now I can finally bid farewell to all that luggage. Jeez. Information I got about true runes. Das ist das Anfangslied von Genso Suikogaiden Vol.1. Ah! Was? Sorry, package boy. The truth is, aside from the moon rune, I do not know much about true runes. After all, I was in that forest for a long time.
mom, where are you? Going water traveler. The mournful wind blows ever on.
Ich wollte das Lied noch ein bisschen laufen lassen. Oh, wir können speichern. Cool. Okay, da beende ich den Stream erstmal hier kurz und mache dann gleich weiter. Ja, aber wir wollen noch vorher speichern, natürlich. Natürlich wollen wir speichern. Yay! Ja, Episode 2, Reasons. Und die Statur kennen wir doch alle. Wir kennen die alle, die Statur. So, ich mache erstmal kurz den Stream aus und dann geht's dann weiter. Also dann, bis dann.